All right. Hello, everybody. Hello, art appreciators. Welcome to Art Appreciation 1301. I think you guys are section 310. You 310. I am a professor for this semester, this course for summer. I'm William Wright. We're probably not going to talk a ton in real time, but if we do, you can call me Will. You can call me Mr. Wright. Mr. Will. I don't really care in emails, whatever, William, Will, Mr. Wright. But yeah, that's me. I'm your professor. Good to meet all of you. Today, I'm just dropping a quick video introducing things. I've already started posting things on the Canvas, the syllabus, the calendar, and things are there already for you to start reviewing. I'm going to go over them, sharing the screen and all that stuff. And actually kind of have like a first assignment. Now a complete or incomplete assignment. It's kind of like an attendance thing. It's just to get the ball rolling and get you guys sort of acquainted with working exclusively through Canvas. Because this is an asynchronous online class, there's not going to be any specific meeting time. It's just going to be me dropping information each day throughout the duration of the course. We can schedule WebEx meetings like kind of in real time if we need to, or I guess if possible, I'm willing to meet on campuses for face-to-face meetings, whatever. But in any case, the majority of what we're doing is going to be via asynchronous communication, meaning like messages back and forth via Canvas and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that is today. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to try to keep this brief. You'll learn. I'm not great at being brief, but I will try my best. The just to give a quick overview of how this is going to work. Each day between noon and 5, I'm going to try to drop any assignments, any videos, that I have for you during that time. Also, from about noon to 3, Monday through Thursday, that's kind of my ideal office hours, I would say. That's in the syllabus. I'll probably talk about it again. But for the most part, just look for me to drop information each day. And the assignments are going to be due sometimes on the weekend, sometimes evenings, usually by midnight of whatever, whatever. Day it's due. But in any case, yeah, and I do want to tell you, just to make sure you don't get too overwhelmed with the amount of daily information I would need to give you, I am going to be dropping things on Fridays, although I did try to make sure that they're not always kind of like heavy duty stuff. Just kind of remind, like this first week, it's just a reminder of something that's due, like that kind of thing. But I just want to stay in communication and, like I said, not overwhelm you. This whole first week's going to be pretty easy. But in any case, yeah, that's how it's going to work. And the class starts today and it ends on July 7th. We have to finish our uh, final exam by the afternoon on July the 7th. So, in any case, let me go ahead and just start sharing stuff. So, here is our Canvas. If you open Canvas, it should go straight to this page. I have set the syllabus as this page. You will notice there's a bunch of tabs to the left when I share my screen that you don't have, the ones that are blocked out. Those are things that you can't see or I'm not using. They'll appear as you need them. Assignments needs to be organized. Files needs to be organized. Assignments, you will probably use that page quite a bit. Most of what I drop, I'm actually going to drop into this Pages tab, which will open probably sometime today. And that's where you can find links. I will also be dropping those same links every day in announcements, so there's multiple places to find them. But also, any file I upload is also going to be in the Files tab. But I will warn you, it's just like the file names. It's not super organized. I put it in the folders and stuff if you guys want that, but for the most part, your best bet is going to be using Pages and announcements. But again, this is the syllabus page, which I also set to be home. If you click on home, it automatically routes you to syllabus page. So yeah, I think that will do it. We will have rubric, or probably not rubrics. We'll have quizzes. We will not use modules. Yeah, we will. You'll be able to see grades. We will use discussions, all that kind of stuff. But let me go ahead and just open our first file here. The syllabus for this class. This is the thing I'm really supposed to be sure I hit in this day one. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll zoom through it. So this is Art Appreciation online, and it is asynchronous online, meaning there's no specific class meeting, and it's all online. You already know this, repeating myself. Summer 1, 2022, starting June 6th, ending July 7th. 48 lecture hours. That's like, like the same as like 16 weeks of class in a regular semester. The course description is it is open to all students and directed towards understanding the elements and principles of art as applied to the visual arts, painting, sculpture, architecture, as well as printmaking, ceramics, metalwork, and weaving. Yeah, that's just repeating what it says on the catalog. But yeah, basically it's for people, even if you aren't an art major, it's a way to get like a basic understanding of art. It's considered a foundational thing that the state of Texas wants all people who, have a degree of some sort to have a little bit of an acquaintance with the ideas behind art, the elements and principles, some techniques, some understanding of the different arts that are out there. It's a way to develop a well-rounded knowledge base, and it's really applicable to a lot of things. I'm not here to try to teach you to love art, although it's great if you do, but you don't have to. It's kind of up to you. What you get out of this course, but for the most part, it's just adding information so that you have a good knowledge base, like most degree programs. In any case, there's no prerequisite. You can just jump in. Again, you don't have to be an art major. You can be an art major, but you don't have to be. As far as textbook, I do teach out of Mark Getline's Living with Art. I use the 11th edition. They have a 12th edition. There might even be a 13th. But in any case, I use it, but I will tell you, you don't absolutely have to have it. It will enrich your experience. It will make quizzes and tests easier. It will make some of the writing assignments easier, but at the end of the day, it's not absolutely necessary. Most of the information that you really need is just going to be all encapsulated in my lectures, and any conversation that I add into it. So you can buy it though. You can buy a new one, you can buy a used one, or you can rent it. Honestly, you can find super cheap versions. You can also buy a digital copy for like, I think I've seen them as low as like 15, 16 bucks, maybe even cheaper. But in any case, you can get the 10th edition, which will be even cheaper. Like I said, I use the 11th. Anything prior to the 10th, I say is too dated. It probably would be fine. But in any case, you can get an old copy for super cheap if you just want to have it around, use it to kind of reinforce our lectures. Or you can just kind of coast without it. Or I mean, I don't know. I still have all my textbooks from college, so I kind of like having them, but it's not necessary, and it does lead to having old editions. But in any case, if you have questions about the textbook, let me know. There it is. Yes, again, I am your instructor. There is no official office location. If you need me to meet at a campus, I can work it out. Maybe we'll see. I'm kind of far out away from most campuses, but I'm closest to the Bowie campus. But anyway, we'll see. I don't have an office telephone number, obviously. Without that, I would pretty much just exclusively use, honestly, we're going to mostly use Canvas Messenger. So that's going to be your best bet, emailing me through Canvas. But if you want to use the NCTC email system, Outlook, I think is what we use. Here is my official email address. I mean, you don't have to be overtly professional. I'm pretty brief sometimes in messages and casual, but overall, I just don't want it to be too unprofessional, too many LOLs and ha-has, all that kind of stuff. Try to use professional writing and good etiquette when messaging. If you send me a message from something that is not an NCTC platform, like your personal email, I probably won't even open it because I'll probably worry that it's spam and stuff. So don't count on me being able to reply to that. Also, if you email me for any reason, we have a business, here in Decatur, and things, and you may stumble across my personal email and accidentally use that. If you do that, I probably, again, will not even answer because, again, it'll look like it's coming from outside the system. So in any case, just, try to use the NCTC email exclusively. I'm not that hard to communicate with, but I'm just kind of trying to lay some ground rules here. But in any case, office hours, I'm repeating myself here. There's no physical meeting, place, or time. It's an asynchronous online course. Almost like pretty much every material will be Canvas based. I'll be posted on Canvas using links, videos, and assignments. Anytime though, so like I said, I will try to post material from noon to 5 Monday through Friday, and I will post it in announcements. It'll be in pages. You'll be very clear on where it's at. Assignments will set, due dates and things like that. Anytime though, Monday through Thursday, noon to 3, I will try to be sure that I am, immediately available for chatting, for messages on Canvas. If you need to do like a WebEx meeting, I need a little bit of a heads up, just to be sure I'm in a good place. We don't have great internet at our house right now. I'm at my parents' actually. But yeah, if you give me a heads up, I can set up a WebEx meeting. And again, I'll repeat, I could maybe that those meetings may be subject to change, and you're always welcome to email me to set up an outside meeting. If you give me a heads up, I'll probably be able to meet at any time. And I may even be able to do an in-person meeting. But yeah, for the most part, just think noon to 3, Monday through Thursday, is your best bet. Although, yeah, outside that, it'll work. Learning outcomes: apply art terminology as it specifically relates to works of art. Demonstrate knowledge of art elements and principles. The first one is going to be something we do throughout the entire first semester. The second one is something that we'll really get done in this first week, learning elements and principles, differentiating between processes and materials. We have a whole media base, like the different kinds of media of art. That's like the middle section of this course. And then critically interpret and evaluate works of art. That's something we'll do the whole time, but we'll learn that in the first section around elements, principles, formal analysis. Oh, and then number 5, demonstrating an understanding of the impact of arts on culture. The back half of this class, it's like almost half, it's not quite half, is all art history. So yeah, we will talk about culture and art. It gets pretty dense then. You'll be geared up to, like, yeah, you'll need to use a lot of time each day for this class, and I hope we'll work that out. So in any case, yeah, those are the learning outcomes from the academic guide, course guide. Hopefully those are up to date. I haven't seen the course guide in a minute. But in any case, here's our grading criteria. This is probably one of the more important parts of the video. Formal analysis. This is going to be our one big paper. That's why I put it at the top, because I'm not big on like reading a ton of writing. This is only like a 1-page to possibly 2-page, 1.5-page kind of a paper written about a specific piece of art. You're not going to need to do just a ton of research other than listen to my lectures. It'll help you set up, and then you'll pick an art piece that you like. But it is like the one kind of long format essay we do, so we get that knocked out pretty quick, and it is 15% of your grade. Then we do a discovering media assignment. That's part of the media section of this course. They're brief. In this class, they're going to be discussion-based little assignments that you pretty much, yeah, you get credit check done if you do it. And then there's one graded kind of last push that's like a little bit more elaborate than the just like daily media assignments. Anyway, those stack up to be 10% of your grade. Then the museum scavenger hunt. That is a dense, like long assignment, not a ton of writing, but it's more research. It's all online, obviously. But yeah, it's going to be really, it's pretty fun if you let it be. But if you wait until the last day, it is not fun. So even for this class, I'm giving you a pretty long amount of time. That's 15% of your grade. Then we have reflective writing and quizzes. I will tell you, I updated this just this morning. I had uploaded this yesterday, and it has our 5 quizzes in reflective writings. I've actually taken that down to 4, because the second reflective writing, I'm just going to skip it. The last quiz is actually a pretty fun one, more open-ended. So I didn't want to get rid of that, but it'll be 4 grades split across that 35%. So I guess that gives them a little more weight, like 8 points, 8-ish points. But yeah, just so you know, we'll talk about that more later. Than our final exam. Usually I do that exclusively in person. It's the one written exam we have. Oh, all quizzes are online, PS. Well, I keep saying that stuff. It's not necessary to say it in this environment. But in any case, our final exam will also be a form of online quiz. I just think that's the best way for me to do this. And it's 15% of your grade. And then the last thing, there is just like a participation grade. I do a little bit of this because there's got to be something in our grades that holds you accountable for being here. There's always the fact that if you don't show up to a ton of classes, after an exorbitant amount, like 4 or 5 of these online classes, we can petition to say maybe you're not going to pass the class. Plus, if you miss that many classes, you'll be missing assignments and not doing so great. Anyway, I don't know. I've gone back and forth on this. I do put it in here, but I've made it less and less weight each time, because I have learned if you're not attending, you're not getting the other assignments due anyway. But in any case, what I should be saying is that all our discussion, survey posts, and things like that are going to count as participation. They're going to count as like an incomplete or complete, attendance grade. It's like a check mark, and it'll all be compiled into this last 10% of your grade. Just make sure that you stay engaged and on top of stuff. In any case, The core, this class is a creative arts core. It's required for most degree plans, even at two-year colleges. It fulfills the creative arts core requirement. It also fulfills the requirements of critical thinking, communication, teamwork, social responsibility. Teamwork will be a little looser in an online environment, but the discussion posts and things will fulfill that. Communication, obviously, we'll be doing a ton of that. Critical thinking, all those things, social responsibility will be kind of taught throughout the assignments. We don't have to like actively make extra efforts to do these things because they're just part of it. And it fits into the NCTC core curriculum as well. I feel like I have to always hit that stuff. Attendance, this is repeating a lot of stuff I've already done. It's just to make sure everything is lined out, but it's asynchronous online, no in person. You will be able to work on your own time. This is actually important. I hope I haven't lost you guys at this point, but you need to know that while you will be able to work on your own time, we will adhere to a typical course pacing. I need you to hear me when I say if I give an assignment, you have to get it done by the due date that I give. Those due dates, deadlines will be given and strictly upheld. It is your job to attend to things, every day's work in a timely manner via access to Canvas and WebEx. You can view the lectures and assignments there, all to be done as given. If you wait, and let me see here. Keeping up with updates and deadlines will be crucial to completing the course on time. I do all the deadlines and things so that you don't have a ton of stuff stack up. You don't get lost. You don't get confused. You need to keep up with deadlines. You need to keep up with pacing. It is for your own good. It's not just because I'm a Mr. Meanie guy. It's because you need to keep up with stuff. But I will tell you, if you, I don't know where I wrote the sentence, but I wrote it somewhere. If you wait until the end to catch up on everything, you will not succeed in this class. And I'm not, again, trying to be a meanie. It's just, it stacks up real fast. This is a busy, fast-paced course. You can basically think of it like every day of class is an entire week of coursework. So you're going to need to spend a lot of time each day, make accommodations for this. If you're working a ton and taking other classes, it's going to be tough. You can do it. I've done it. I did many summer classes, but it's a lot of work. Each day is 1 week of work. That said, I will try by noon between noon and 5 p.m. each day to drop everything. I already said all that. I've already said that the survey questions, discussion posts, all that will count as attendance and be that last 10% of your grade that's up in that table up top. These deadlines, again, the attendance helps you stay engaged. The deadlines help you not get bogged down. All this stuff, I'm helping you stay engaged, maintain communication, and keeping good daily habits around this work. Time of drops and deadlines are highly subject to change. I haven't said this so far in the video, but I have not taught a summer course before. And also, this is my first time teaching a summer that is asynchronous and online. I've done asynchronous online before, but never in the summer. So in any case, it's quite a bit of work. I haven't taught a summer online, but yeah, continuing to develop the course as we go. Please be patient. I appreciate your patience. If you need to withdraw from the class with a W, that means that we don't, submit whether you were passing or failing. You need to do that by June 28th. You ought to know pretty quick if this is going to bog you down. So heads up, this is again to help you. I give lots of time on due dates, so there is no late work. I do not accept late work. If you miss it, it's just a 0. And again, I'm trying to do this for your own good. Now, if there is an emergency or probably prior obligation, all I expect is good communication. If something comes up last minute, just let me know as soon as you can that an emergency occurred. Now, it's up to me to decide, was that really worth? I don't know. Basically, though, I don't try to judge or decide. If you communicate with me, it's going to be all right. We'll work it out. But ideally, you can communicate with me before missing the thing. But you sometimes can't do that. If emergency comes up at last minute, just let me know as soon as you can. Yeah, it says all that there. Please let me know ahead if you can. Yeah, after 2 or 3 days without hearing from you, it'll be recorded as 0. I can't wait around to keep finding out when it's going to get turned in and all that stuff. If I don't know what's going on, it will be a 0. Don't cheat. That's what this section is. Don't cheat. You know this. If you cheat, it's super easy. Since you're submitting everything online, it just goes straight to like a Google filter that tells me everywhere that you got that information from. So don't cheat. It's super simple. If you do cheat, I will give you a 0 and I'll wag my finger. And if you cheat again, then we have to submit it to somebody. But please don't make me do that. I don't like doing that paperwork. And every semester I have somebody try to put it past me, and it's silly, guys. I put a Turnitin filter on everything. So don't copy and paste from Wikipedia. Don't copy and paste from a person's blog. It's all there. It finds it. So in any case, Canvas, oh, you should read this part. I don't want to line it out for you, but you should set up Canvas notifications. Everything I post is obviously going to be through Canvas. I will be using YouTube for a lot of these video uploads. You'll note that later, but that's something you should know. I think, too, you'll need to use the link from here because I'll probably not make the videos public. But because Canvas limits the amount of information I can upload, there will be a lot of YouTube links. But for the most part, it's going to all be Canvas. I do recommend you turn on instant notifications, especially for announcements, messages, and due dates. That's the most important thing. How to do that is all right here. Go to your contact info, click account settings, and then set up ways to contact. You can even put your phone. I have it set up where, if I have an upload or something due, or I get a message from you guys, it actually sends me a push notification on my phone. Yeah, and you can set all that up, like what kind of things send you push notifications. Do they send you an email notification? Does it go to push? Whatever. But all announcements, messages, and due dates you should set up to communicate with you as fast as you can. I mean, yeah, just don't let it dawdle. Real quick, OSD, or Office of Disabilities. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. There are representatives, Wayne Smith and Yvonne Sandman. You can call them, message them, email them. They're in Gainesville. The biggest thing, it's all about self-advocacy and promoting empowerment. You need to tell me. Obviously, I can't seek out, who might have paperwork, but you need to let me know as soon as you can. And know that any accommodations that you have as a student, I cannot apply until I have that paperwork. So you got to get it to me as soon as you can. It's ideal if you can send it to me. I know there are representatives who will send it to me, but if you can also communicate with me, that would be great. It makes sure that we have a direct knowledge of that. So in any case, let me know if you have questions about that. Student handbook, this is just the thing. You have student rights and responsibilities. There are certain things you need to be sure you abide by in the student handbook in terms of communicating with me. I've already pretty much covered those, but the big thing you need to know is that you have rights. If you feel like I am doing something outside of what we're supposed to be doing, first off, it would be ideal if you communicate with me, because I don't know everything about how to set up this course. Like I said, it's my first summer one. So anything that you feel like I'm being unreasonable or setting up expectations that fit outside of your rights as students, you can kind of stand up for those. You can reach out to the college, or ideally me, but if I've somehow, I really hope I never do set up a situation where you don't feel comfortable communicating with me, but you have options. So just so you know, there's also the Student Success Center, which is basically a tutoring center set up on multiple campuses. You can set up evening online tutoring. Where does it say that? Yeah, online tutoring, free online tutoring in the evening. Yeah, it's all free. Writing center's free. Everything is there. If you're close to a campus, you can go in person. But yeah, just look up the Student Success Center. There are links. Oh yeah, I actually may end up posting, if I get the page again, there is a page of links for student success type stuff, different platforms. You can click on the box and it'll go to. So if I get that deal for this summer, I will post that. I haven't seen it. I think it was mostly created for COVID related things, and I haven't seen any updates on that for this summer course. Again, probably because it's online. But in any case, if I get that, I will post it. Here, Tom Talbot is usually the chair, but Thomas Singletary is stepped in as the interim for the moment. So I'm not sure who you'll be contacting. One of their offices, Tom Talbot or Thomas Singletary. This is Tom Talbot's email, but it may go straight to Thomas Singletary. Bruce King is also the instructional dean of, I guess, the entire fine arts department. So in any case, that covers that. Now, before we are done, how do I messed up. I need to close this. Oh yeah, it's up here. Let's cover the calendar really fast. You need to see this. And then I'll also talk about our discussion post, which you need to do today. Okay, course calendar. I'm not going to outline every day. The syllabus, I have to cover that stuff. I'm sorry if it was a lot, but I have to do that. So in any case, the course calendar here, you'll see I've set up. It repeats what I've said already. YouTube, PowerPoint, whatever you need, I will try to set up by between noon to 5 each day. You need to keep up with pacing. Do not ignore this calendar. You need to keep up with pacing. It's got a lot of information because we got to pack a lot into a short amount of time. Today is the course overview, syllabus and Canvas. We talked about the textbook. We're also doing the personal introductions. So yeah, all that, we're covering that today. Tomorrow we'll start the chapter. Now, I have it in here too. You're not going to have the book by tomorrow, most likely. I guess digital copy you might, but if you don't, that's okay. You may not even have it for the first couple days, but just get it as soon as you can. Yeah, if you want it. Again, the PowerPoints cover everything if you need. But we are going to get through chapters 1 through 4 this week, and we may even dip into chapter 5 because it is a lot. Although, like I said, I wanted this week to be fairly easy. So day 5 may be just a reminder of what is due. We'll see. Maybe I drop chapter 5 on Friday. I don't know. That's another thing. If we get the chance and I can give you more information, one day so that you're set up later on to be easier, I might do it. I don't know. But for the most part, I will say the assignments should be maintaining this calendar. Again, I've never done this pacing before, so things might change, but it'll all be very clearly communicated to you. But yeah, so we have 2 discussion posts this first week. Then I will introduce our first reflective writing, and it will be due on Sunday. So note, we have something, I'm going to post something, a reminder on Friday, whether it's a chapter or just a reminder, and you may have due dates on Sunday. That's just the reality of an online course. We got to use as many days as we can. I'll try not to drop too much content on Friday through Sunday, but yeah. In any case, yeah, that's it. So that's week 1. Week 2, we start covering principles of design and we get into media. Notice, yeah, there's several things due on some days. We have our first quiz dropping on next Monday, and we also have a survey or essay quiz type thing. It's going to be like a question, just like a single question essay, because we'll be practicing our formal analysis. Okay, so that'll be your kind of attendance for the day and your practice formal analysis, because the next day when we talk about drawing, you'll have your formal analysis paper due. So beginning of week 2, or close to the beginning of week 2, you'll get your formal analysis paper. Note that in the formal analysis, there's a thesis statement due in a couple days. Yeah, we're covering media. All this same week, we're also doing the Discovering Media assignments. Now, Discovering Media assignments are really easy, so don't stress about those. Yeah, they're gone. Quiz due is due in a week. Quiz 1 is due in a week. I don't know why I said quiz due. Well, formal analysis paper is also due in 1 week. But that's quite a bit of time, given that it's a summer course, a full week on a quiz. And yeah, and then we have our last Discovering Media assignment. Again, pretty easy. But look at, so we have 2 due dates, and then we have 2 assigned things, and we have the lectures going. So it's quite a bit of information. Week 4, by now, about middle of week 3, we start on art history. So that'll be fun. Lots of information there. I do think lectures will go a little quicker since we won't be having discussion. That makes them kind of harder to get through, but they ought to be quicker. But yeah, in any case, yeah, we'll cover it. We do art outside of just the main canon, so I'm going to hopefully get that information to you. And then in the middle of week 4, we have quiz 2. Starting the day before the museum scavenger hunt is due. Now, note the museum scavenger hunt, it's actually a little less than a week, although that may change. I don't know. We'll see. The museum scavenger hunt is going to be due somewhere in the middle of week 4. Yeah, maybe the 3rd. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you when it's due because we got to figure out pacing as we go. But no, yeah, that week 4 we have quiz 2, and then week 5 it's finals week. We have to finish up our chapters, talk about the final exam. Quiz number 3 is going to be due, or it's going to be assigned during the last week, but it's a really easy one. And then of course we have the final exam itself. Now I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, there's not that much to do in week 5, but we also have the whole final exam. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure out pacing. Everything is due. I have to get everything done by noon on the Friday after class ends, so 7/8. So just so you know, there's going to be zero like tolerance for lateness on that final exam. It's got to be due by 5 p.m. I'll have to repeat this later, but for reals, I can't give any more because I have to get grades in by noon the next day. Less than 24 hours. So in any case, everything is subject to change quite a bit, just FYI. But yeah, we'll see. In any case, that is the calendar. Let me know if you have questions now. I don't want to take too much time here. You can always pause if you need a break, but let me keep going on this video. This is our assignment for day 1, introduction. So you can read all this yourself, but it's basically just a welcome discussion post. And I'm hoping we can kind of have a big group chat, and it'll also be the first of our like kind of attendance grades. It'll fit into that attendance category, participation. So it's just a complete or incomplete. It's not a big deal. It is a graded assignment, but you get 100 points if you do it. You get 0 points if you don't do it. That's just the way it goes. So yeah, but I just think getting to know each other a little bit, just doing something. Sorry, I pushed a drawer in here. Doing something so that we almost like meet or get to know something about each other. Just, make sure that you're there, you're listening, and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, what I want you to do is fill out this discussion with these questions. Let me know your preferred name. Let me know where you are from. If you would like to share that. I guess all this, if you don't feel like sharing it, just put like something in this. Answer the ones you feel comfortable with. But yeah, if you're comfortable, let me know where you're from. If you're from out of town, you can let us know where you're living now. That would be kind of fun. But in any case, yeah, what's your major if you feel like sharing that? And then these last two are sort of pick one of them. I'd like you to answer one of them. But what is your earliest memory of making art? Or what is the first thing you think of when you hear the word art? Fun stuff. So yeah, you're going to put that as a discussion. Now, I will tell you on that last question, it does not have to be a happy art is just so great type of answer. I'm glad if you love art, like I've said already, but you don't have to. It's not my job to make you like it. It's just to be sure I give you that background. So give an honest answer. Don't blow smoke just for the sake of it. If you love art, awesome. Excited to talk to you about it. If you don't, just be honest. Give a funny anecdote. Don't be like super duper negative, but if you're like, one time I met this super pretentious guy and he was a jerk. I don't know. You can share that. So I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, I would also love for you all to read through each other's responses. So I'm posting this today. I've already seen people posting. Excellent. As you read through the next 24 hours, if you can, I would really love for you guys to comment on each other's. If you see someone's post, you're like, oh heck, I love that stuff. That would be great. Like just do something to connect with each other. Just engage, be involved. You're going to do all this by tomorrow night. It is due tomorrow at midnight. You want all this stuff done. It'd be great if you get your comments in by then too. Thank you for joining my class, jumping in. Get the answers posted by the end of tomorrow. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm repeating myself a lot. It happens a lot. Just so you guys know, I once read a thing that you have to hear something like 14 times to remember it. That's why people repeat themselves a lot. But that's only if you want to hear it. If you don't even care, it takes like 90 something times hearing something for you to remember it. That's like the way the brain works. So get used to me repeating myself. Sorry. Try to stay tuned in. But in any case, just to give you the introduction for me, so I don't have to go back and write it, my preferred name is Will. I am from Eula, Texas, which is outside of Abilene, Texas, about 3 hours west of the Metroplex. Not that, yeah, 2.5 hours. I don't know. It's like the beginning of West Texas. Eula is really boring. I only drove on dirt roads. One time I didn't get my truck registered for like a year and a half because I never drove on a paved road. That's where I grew up. That's where I come from. My major throughout all college, I started as a graphic design major and then I shifted to studio art, so sculpting and drawing and stuff like that. Then I focused on sculpting. Then I switched to ceramics. I am a potter mostly. Even these first couple days, I'll be doing firings at our house. We have a pottery and art store in Decatur on the square. It's pretty good times. My earliest memory of making a piece of art is I one time dug up some mud, clay in our backyard and made a little triceratops. This is like before I could read, but I remember doing that and I remember I left it out and it rained the next day and it was gone. It rained in West Texas. But in any case, yeah, so that's my earliest memory. Also, when I think of art, I think of way too many things because I'm a professor of art, but good stuff, I think about the thing I get to devote my life to. Bad stuff, there's a lot of fakers out there, posers, as it were. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't want to be too negative, but I'm giving you guys room for if you want to say something you're honest about. But in any case, that is our discussion. That's a good example. Just type out instead of video. If you want to video yourself and answer this, I didn't even think about that. If you want to video yourself and answer these questions, that would be awesome. You can upload videos in the comments and discussion. That would be sick. But it's up to you. In any case, wow, you know what? Me answering these questions would have been a lot easier if I had gone ahead and turned off the sharing. But oh well. But that's me. This has been plenty of time for your first day. That is all of our day one stuff, though. I'm going to post this in an announcement. Go do your discussion. Tomorrow, look for the slides for chapter 1 and a video and a reminder to do your assignment number 1. Some days I will probably post a lecture video, which is totally devoid of dates or updates or anything like that, so that we can just make it the lecture. And then I'll post a second video with like, oh, here's what you need to do for today. Just get ready for that, possibly some days, just because it makes pacing way easier. And if I need to reuse a video later. But in any case, yeah, this is your day 1. Hope you enjoyed it. Message me if you have any questions. 35 minutes on the first day. It's not too bad. Yeah, because remember, day 1, week 1, done, boom, crazy. I'm not very good at ending these. Have a good day.